Hey guys, Kate from Kate Wilkinson Creative back again with some more handy tips for growing your blog and business using my favorite platform, Pinterest. Okay, so I'm in my Kate Wilkinson Creative board, and you can see these are all of the pins that I have, and these link to my blog posts, my freebies, my landing page, my shops, all sorts of different areas of my business. But one thing you'll probably start to see is that there's a very consistent style to my pins, and that is my tip number one, is to brand your pins. So branding your pins means keeping with the same fonts, keeping with the same colors, and also keeping with the same image style. So you can see I have two different fonts that I use in my pin design. You can see I have consistent colors here from my brand's color palette. And you can see also that I have a very consistent, cohesive image style. So generally these background images are light, bright, fresh, and feminine. And these are just as important in my brand as my font or my colors. So that is my tip number one, is to brand your pin. And that is because you want your pins to be recognizable in the feed. There is definitely something to be said about your dream clients and customers loving seeing things that are recognizable. It makes them feel comfortable and they love that familiarity. And it also helps to build trust because they already know that you're an expert in a certain topic. And so when they see more of your content, they're going to go to you first. Now, my second tip is to have very clear, easy to read titles. So you can see when your pins are on Pinterest, they definitely get reduced in size. And so you want to make sure that your titles of your pins are very clear and easy to read. Now, I highly recommend sticking to only one or two fonts. And if you're using a cursive or a script or a hand kind of calligraphy font, use it very sparingly and make sure it's not too small, because as you can see, when these pins get shrunk into the Pinterest feed, those very small detailed cursive types are very hard to read. So you want it to be immediately obvious when your pins appear in the Pinterest feed what they are about, so you can start driving that traffic. You want people to be clicking on your pins because your work stands out. Now, my tip number three is to craft a title that really communicates value and clearly states what information is waiting for the user on the other side. So we definitely do not want to be deceptive at all, but we also want to talk about what value is waiting for the Pinterest user. We want to really entice them to come over. So you can see one of my most popular pins of all time is this one here: free tools for tracking your blog success. It's very clear what it's about, and those words, free tools, are so exciting. Now, another really great performing pin of mine is this one here: 5 steps to achieving Pinterest success. And the hook really is this free workbook that you get when you click through to that post. So that is my next tip for you. Now, my fourth tip is really linking back to my first tip about branding, but to make sure that you include your business name or your website URL on your pin, just so it's even more recognizer to users where this pin is coming from. Now, my last tip number 5, is to use an evergreen title. Now, what does an evergreen title mean? Well, it is a title that basically never expires or never gets old. So an example of evergreen versus not evergreen. So an evergreen title is something like free tools for tracking your blog success, but a title that is not evergreen may be best tools for 2019 bloggers. So you can see that we're in 2020 now, and so I'm probably not going to click on a pin that's talking about old technology. All right, guys, so they were my 5 easy tips for designing pins that really stand out in the Pinterest feed and drive traffic to your website, blog, shop, whatever digital marketing platform you have. I hope that was useful. Any questions, drop me a cue below, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.